And you know who I am, and you've been knowing who I am, or maybe you don't even know me, but you've been seeing our videos, maybe you've been watching them for years. Guys, if you slip up, I promise you, and you hire some other company that you think, I mean, maybe you got a good feeling, maybe they just so nice, and maybe their salesman made everything sound so good for you, but if you think another company is bringing to the table what we keep bringing to the table over and over and over and over on every single job, guys, why do you think so many people from out of state call me every day, guys? On the way here, after I got off the phone with Arnold going over all that stuff from Jasper, I got another call from a man out of Chicago who just bought a home in South Carolina. Now that man, he said that he'd already been all over YouTube watching all the other companies' videos before he ever stumbled across me. And what that enabled him to be able to find out was, oh shit, this guy right here, he's leaps and bounds above all the rest. And he said, I quote, "It's like you say in all of your videos, Tanner, I could not find the quality of work that you showed in your videos anywhere else." You think I don't know that? What, you think I'm saying this for my health? You think I'm saying it just to be funny? Guys, I only preach the gospel. Amen, glory, hallelujah, baby. Guys, we got Nick pulling out of the driveway now. Misty just pulled off. James just hightailed it in the house. He says, Tanner, I ain't getting in that video with you. You crazy. But guys, I tell you what ain't crazy, and that's the quality of our projects here at Tennessee Technicians. And for more than 15 years running, I've been bringing all these finished projects to you in full format, guys, from start to finish. And once again, I'm getting ready to blow every single one of your minds away whenever I go inside here and show all of you guys this brand new crawl space encapsulation project that we just finished up for my buddy James. But before I get in here and show you this immaculate masterpiece, let me show all of you, in case you didn't see it a few short weeks ago, what we were up against whenever we first started digging this inside perimeter French drain. Just look at all this muddy mess. But let me just take you guys along this trench here, just so you guys can kind of get a better visual of, look at all this dirt to my right. A lot of times we're able to maneuver this dirt around, flatten it out, and hopefully we would be able to do some of that here. And I'm not so sure that that's going to be the case. This footer comes out a little over a foot off the foundation wall, and it's jagged all the way up through here. Now, this dirt to the right was already higher than that, and there was standing water all along this side of the home. But what we want to do, we want our drain line below this footer. So you see here, look how much lower this is. This is probably a good 7 to 8 inches deeper than the footer itself. Look, Nick's over there. Stay with me, guys. Crawl with me here. Crawl with me. Getting on our belly. Look at this. I don't know if you can even see me. It's been a rough one, guys. So, gotten any easier over there, Nick? And man, look at this. Look at that. That's what we've been working in, guys, all day. You can see where I've just been making my way just a few feet at a time, all the way up and around. And I'd like to go ahead and show my buddy James, because just like you guys have seen me post videos up before where we've had to come in here and take over these jobs where some piece of shit's come in here and been screwing these customers. Look, whenever we tell you you're going to have a drain all the way around the inside perimeter, whenever we tell you that you're going to have a drain around the whole inside perimeter of your crawl space, we mean you're going to have a drain around the whole, by God, perimeter of your crawl space. You understand what I'm saying to you? I ain't selling you no full inside perimeter French drain job and come in here and skimming the ground and run you about a 7 to 8 foot trench, just like the majority of these piece of shit companies do. And if you doubt anything that I'm saying to you right now, for anyone that's listening to this video, you be my guest, you call up any of these companies that offer this service, and you go ahead and feel welcome to get rooked at your earliest convenience. And if you want that job done right, just like you've been seeing them get done right, look at this shit. If you want that job done right, and you want it done right the first time, you can give me a call at 423-503-0512. Look at all that water, Nick, already getting in that trench, falling down into it from here. See, that water's making its way down there. You guys you got to understand what I'm saying to you. There is so much water that is inside this ground that none of us ever even see, guys. And for the majority of people, they can only comprehend water that they actually see standing on top of the ground. So look, we haven't got to this point yet. So look, we're going to pull this back. See, that right there was what all of that over there was like whenever we got here this morning. So take a good look, guys. Oh, whoa, guys. Can you believe that mess? Can you believe how low all that was, guys? That we were having to scrouch down on our bellies and hand dig all that out and try to get all that stuff drug out. You can see a lot of that mud that we spread out via a rake here behind me. And guys, just a few short hours after we got that drain dug, when we came back in here the very next morning, look at how much water was already inside that basin. And I want to show you guys how much water has built up inside this basin over the weekend while Misty, Nick, and myself have been going away from the project. Check this out. So remember, Misty's up there right now getting the last little bit of dirt out of here before we begin running our poly. And you guys remember where we left off with our drain lines coming down inside this basin. And now, if you'll remember, look, that one comes in right here, and the one going all the way around through here, it makes its way in right here in front of us. Look, guys, this thing is water all the way to here. This is a 40-inch tall basin. So we've got right at probably 31, 32 inches of water inside this basin right now. I'm getting ready to trim off the excess pipe right here and begin installing our sump pump now. I just wanted to show all of you guys watching, especially my buddy James that owns this house, how much water your system has collected over the weekend. And just to show you what we always do here at Tennessee Technicians works, and why we're always #1 in the business. Stay tuned for some more results soon. And I took that video, guys, just to show all of you, especially my friend James, how fast these systems work whenever a home is experiencing groundwater drainage issues. And all that water that is now collected inside that basin is pumped out via a sump pump out that drain line right there, and that comes right out here to this pop-up emitter, where all of that water then flows directly down here into this ditch line, which has standing water inside of it right now. Now, without further ado, guys, I'm getting ready to strap my knee pads back on. We're going to crawl inside here, and I'm going to take each and every single one of you throughout this brand new crawl space encapsulation performed by none other than the crawl space artists right here at Tennessee Technicians. All right, guys, I've now got my elbow pads on and my knee pads on, but before I go ahead and crawl inside here, let me kick these dirty shoes off where I've been tracking in and out of that mud. I'm going to go ahead and pull this door too a little bit here before I crawl this crawl space. We do have the unit running again, and with that door open, moisture levels are already down to 57%, guys, and that has been with Nick and Misty both inside here, once again, with that door standing wide open. All right, guys, without further ado, let's take a look at this bad boy. Okay, guys, you ready for this? Boom! Take a look at that, guys. We've got lights throughout this entire crawl space. There's an inside perimeter French drain going all the way around the full inside perimeter of this crawl space. And this drain line right here is coming all the way around and going inside our basin right there, as well as the line coming in from that direction. Inside that basin is our sump pump, and as that water fills that basin up, it trips the float switch on the sump pump and sends that water outside the home, just like we were talking about out there, where it comes out that pop-up emitter and makes its way down inside the drainage ditch that goes behind all of these homes. As I sit here, let me give you guys all a slow pan shot to the right. My friend James bought this house brand new 3 years ago. And over the past 3 years, he was made aware by his bug man that he told me that he was experiencing a moisture problem inside this home. He brought the moisture problem concern to his builder's attention, and his builder told him that he was facing a ground drainage problem, and the only way to actually address that problem was to officially address the drainage water problem itself. And as most of you guys already know, or as some of you may have already found out the hard way, most all of our inside perimeter drain jobs that you see us doing videos on more than 90%, I'm gonna say it again, guys, I want you guys to listen close right here. More than 90% of all of those projects already have outside perimeter drain systems in place before they ever pick up that phone and dial 423-503-0512, because you already know how we do. And if you doubt that you still need an inside perimeter drain system inside your crawl space, if you too are dealing with a ground drainage water problem, hey, go ahead and find out the hard way. Go ahead and spend you $10,000 or better on your outside drain system, and then after you get all that work done, and when it comes our next hellacious set of rainstorms, and you look inside your crawl space about 24 to 48 hours after the rain, and you see that standing water all still underneath your crawl space, I hope you flip back to this video and you remember this old boy right here saying, I told you so, didn't I? I told you I inspect these friggin' crawl spaces every day of the week. And if you ever hear it coming out of his mouth right here, you can take it to the friggin' bank, because baby, I go ahead and assure you, that's a friggin' gospel. And on this crawl space here, we did install one of our larger Santa Fe advanced dehumidifiers, and since it's right here next to me right now, let me go ahead and give all of you guys a little bit of information about it and just walk you through the setup and what it takes to service these particular units. Many of you guys have seen this unit before, but if you haven't, this is our big Santa Fe Advanced Dehumidifier, and you can take note right here on James's monitor system, which will be going inside his home, that this unit has already got this crawl space down to 57% humidity. That unit has actually only been running less than an hour. They've had this unit completely shut off the entire time. Nick and Misty have been performing the cleanup under here. Now, we ran into almost a problem here, guys. This crawl space is so low. Look at how much that barely cleared that joist right here, and we couldn't raise it any higher than that right there. That is the maximum capacity that we could raise that thing up vertically, which put our drain point right here just enough, about that much higher to be exact, than the condensate pump drain line. Because when that water comes out of that dehumidifier right there, as you can see it doing right now, that has to be able to fall via gravity down here inside the condensate pump basin. Watch the water come out the line right now. And as this water inside here builds up, it trips a float switch just like the sump pump does inside the main basin, and then that pump will send that water up over, directly over there into that P-trap, so that the water goes outside the drain line of the home and is no longer a problem at all underneath this home for my buddy James. And right over here, guys, if you look up here, you always want to make sure that switch right there is set to auto on your dehumidifier installation. And our switch right here, so take a close look, guys. This dial right here, if this right here straight down was 6 o'clock, and maybe this right here was 9 o'clock, see it right there? I always come back down here and set this thing right here around 7:30. So look, guys, let me get it set to where I want it, about right there. Look, guys, can you see close? Always make sure it's set about right there. Make sure your switch is on auto. Always check. Make sure that you've got your hose clamp tightened there. And then after this goes inside the unit, you want to make sure you've got your hose clamp tightened here and your hose clamp tightened over there where it enters inside the P-trap itself. What kind of future ongoing service is involved on these type of projects, might you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked that, because these dehumidifier systems right here, this has a major filter right here in the very front of it, and it filters this air, guys, as it pulls it into the system. On the side of the frame here, guys, going up and down, is a magnetic strip on both sides. All you've got to do is reach down here, grab that magnetic strip that you see me lifting up right here. Once you pull that off, that filter right there, it just slides right out ever so easily, and you slide a brand new one right back in its place. You install your magnetic strip back in place like it was on there before you pulled it off, and then you check your batteries inside your sensor, and then you want to clean your drain line out right there where it's coming out of your dehumidifier with like a bottle brush or a pipe brush, whatever they call those things. It's got a brush on the end with like a bendable wire that you can stick down inside like baby bottles. The best thing that I personally have found to clean them out with are the wire bristle brushes that are made to clean out aquarium tubing with, guys. So all the tubes that people use on their fish tanks and aquariums, every one of you know I got a lot of those at home. You can use those aquarium tube cleaners. Those things work great for cleaning out that drain line right there that comes out the side of that unit. One more quick note, guys, that I don't normally take the time to show all you guys or tell you about it. If you were to pick this up outside of this condensate pump basin right here, pull it out here, look how that is cut right there at a 45-degree angle. You always want to make sure, guys, that that drain line has that 45-degree angle cut, or that water could get trapped right there at the bottom of the basin and the water will not be able to flow out properly, and you could have a spillage point right here taking place right at the condensate pump entry. Okay guys, I hope you guys have all learned something about the Santa Fe Advanced Dehumidifier and how we plumb them into our condensate pump kits, which sends the water over to the drain line and out via the P-trap that we plumb into all of our crawl space encapsulation projects here at Tennessee Technicians. Now, one of the other things that we are famous for, guys, is not only how sharp all of our projects are, just look at the tops of those walls, guys, but also pay close attention whenever you see penetration points coming through the wall or floor. As I make my way down this wall right here before me, keep your eyes over there on those penetration points, guys, and you will see nothing but 100% absolute perfection, just like you're expecting to see and just like you've been seeing for so many years running here at Tennessee Technicians. We did not replace the insulation in James's home. This insulation here inside this crawl space is only 3 years old, and it was not in terrible shape. So I did not see a need to sell James an insulation removal service, nor did I even pitch our new R19 poly encapsulated insulation. However, we did bring a box of insulation hangers under here with us, and anywhere that James had any insulation hanging down whatsoever, we did take the time to rehang that insulation properly as it was supposed to have been to begin with. Okay guys, moving along now, making our way towards the front side of the home. As we get up here towards this front wall, that is the lowest point of this crawl space, and this wall right over here to my right, yeah, that wall right there, that is the garage. Now, when I first inspected this crawl space weeks ago, I actually went around that way. There was no standing water on that side of the crawl space whatsoever. But as I turned the corner right there at that wall of the garage, this ground from there all the way up here towards this front, up here in front of me, this was all just mud, man. It was just mush. And as I'm crawling along it right now, you can tell that it's hardened up some, but this ground is definitely still damp, as there is a ton of water making its way throughout the ground from the front of this home, making its way down towards the back side of the home, which now at least we are keeping it from being able to build up all along this side of the home on top of the poly, just like it was doing when I first performed this inspection. And if you'll look overhead right there, guys, you see a little bit of that metal sticking out. That is a galvanized flashing that we use to seal every single ground vent on all of our homes with, unless it is one of the vents, just like coming up here to my left, that is going to require one of our humidistat fans. That one right up there, guys, that is one of 3 on this project. And as you can see, it's got a piece of insulation hanging on it right here where it sucked it onto it. And if all of you watching can hear that thing running, listen when I put my hand over one of those fans. Can you hear that suction, guys? That's because these are not installed like anyone else's on the entire internet. If you look at the tops, if you look at the bottoms, if you look at the sides, there is no airflow taking place around this thing. When these things kick on, it is pulling this air with force, guys, and shooting it outside the home, removing any stagnant odors that may be built up inside this crawl space from whenever you seal up a crawl space to the extent of what you always see us sealing them up at here at Tennessee Technicians. And that dial on that humidistat fan right there, we always set those to 35%. So if you're trying to copy me and you're watching every one of my videos, trying to learn my every single little move, set your humidistat fans to 35%. And if anybody tells you that you don't need one of those, chances are they are not encapsulating a crawl space to the extent of what we are. Matter of fact, I know they're not. And if you doubt that what I'm saying is true, I would like to invite you, yeah, you, listen to me close. Get on YouTube right now. Jump on Google. Get on Facebook. Get on Instagram. Get on to whatever social media platform floats your boat, and do your best to find an equivalent or a comparison to what you see consistently on all of our projects here at Tennessee Technicians, and let me know via a link. Just post it in the comments below when you find it, and I won't ever see no links because I already know it's a trick question. You ain't gonna find it, baby. Woo! Right before I came over here to shoot this video for my buddy James, I was just up on top of the mountain in Jasper Highlands. I was up there servicing the dehumidifier systems for my friend Arnold Navarro, who currently is way out in California, who has just purchased the home in Jasper Highlands. And while I was there, he's got a man named Vince that's actually renting that home in Jasper Highlands, while Vince and his wife build their brand new home in Jasper Highlands as well. Vince has already reassured me that he would not want anyone touching his crawl space encapsulation other than us. He actually commented on a YouTube video of ours the other night, and he said, at first I found this video a bit showy, and he was just saying to everybody that Tanner Flowers, yours truly, was showing his ass. And you damn right I was showing my ass. I was talking shit, just like I talk shit in every one of these videos. And the reason I talk so much shit in all these videos is because I don't know how many of you guys think I'm joking or not. I don't know how many of you guys understand how serious and how honest I'm being whenever I talk all this shit, guys. Because listen, I promise you, all jokes aside, in all seriousness, if you want this work done right here, and you know who I am, and you've been knowing who I am, or maybe you don't even know me, but you've been seeing our videos, maybe you've been watching them for years, guys, if you slip up, I promise you, and you hire some other company that you think, I mean, maybe you got a good feeling, maybe they just so nice, and maybe their salesman made everything sound so good for you, but if you think another company is bringing to the table what we keep bringing to the table over and over and over and over on every single job, guys, why do you think so many people from out of state call me every day, guys? On the way here, after I got off the phone with Arnold going over all that stuff from Jasper, I got another call from a man out of Chicago who just bought a home in South Carolina. Now that man, he said that he'd already been all over YouTube watching all the other companies' videos before he ever stumbled across me. And what that enabled him to be able to find out was, oh shit, this guy right here, he's leaps and bounds above all the rest. And he said, I quote, "It's like you say in all of your videos, Tanner, I could not find the quality of work that you showed in your videos anywhere else." You think I don't know that? What, you think I'm saying this for my health? You think I'm saying it just to be funny? Guys, I only preach the gospel. Amen, glory, hallelujah, baby. You just can't never tell whenever that spirit's going to come on me like that, baby. I get wound up. Baby. Woo! Woo! Guys, do you know how hard it is, honestly, to crawl through these crawl spaces week after week, video after video, seeing the exact same thing over and over and over for the umpteenth thousandth time, and bring you another video, trying to make you guys laugh, trying to keep your attention while I do my best to showcase all of our magnificent work. Guys, look at this. We're on the other side of this house now. Look at the tops of those walls. I couldn't have done it by myself. Big shout out, big thanks to my man Nick Ferris. Big thanks and big shout out to my girl Misty Osborne. Guys, couldn't done this project without you. And I'm so impressed with the quality of work that each of you displayed on this project. Guys, you can't beat this. This is top shelf. This is first class. I give both of you an A+. Let me see if I can post up right here, guys. and give you a shot of the remaining side of this home, making our way back around now towards the crawl space entry of the home. And as I get right over here to my right side, you can see some of our piers. I'm trying to roll over here on my side without jerking the camera around for you guys. Check it out, having to go under this pipe right here now. But just take a look, guys, at all those piers going all the way up through there. And notice how each of them look like a brand new shiny Christmas present, just waiting on my buddy James to come down here and open. Don't you be opening none of them piers now, James, you hear me? And as we continue making our way now towards the entry of the crawl space, to my left is the back porch of the home. And as we get ready to turn this final corner up here to my left, let me give you guys a shot looking back up that way right there. And once again, as we turn this final corner to our left here, you will see our third and final humidistat fan right there before getting back to the crawl space entry itself. Before I get out of this crawl space, I've got to crawl back up here real quick to the unit and get James his monitor system, which right now it is down to 53% and dropping. So this crawl space will 100% be below 50% humidity levels. I would say before the end of tonight, actually, but I'll touch base with James in the morning and get an up-to-date reading on the humidity monitor itself. Guys, with all that being said, check that out, guys. Once again, I want to thank all of you guys for your time. You see, people contact me every day, guys. Most of you guys, most of you are aware. Most of you recognize what you're seeing. And most of you are smart enough to have already found out the hard way that you're not going to find this anywhere else. So, in all seriousness, let me just try to get all the giggles out of the way. You're a homeowner. You got a moisture problem. Maybe you just found out you had one. You need to be aware, this job right here is getting ready to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars, okay? That's a given. Now, you got a choice. You can be like so many other homeowners that I've displayed in videos that have spent $4,000 something dollars, $6,000 something dollars, $8,000 something dollars, all in vain. All of that money was wasted before they ever found me. So my only hope is that whoever you are that I'm talking to right now, look here. I hope you found me before you wasted all that money. I hope you found me before you've wasted all that time. I hope you find me before you have to endure all them headaches. Because you can get this right here on the first go around. Because this right here, that's what we bring to the table each and every time. And that right there, that's the only reason these people keep calling me over and over and over, day in and day out, week in and week out, from every state across the nation that's got houses with crawl spaces in it. You hear me? So guys, there's a reason for that. And you can listen to me right now and you can heed those words, or you can be like so many others and you are more than welcome to find out the hard way. That's your checkbook. That's your bank account. That's your wallet. And if you want to blow that money, by God, you go ahead and blow it. And if you want the best, by God, there ain't but one place to get it. And there ain't been but one place you can get it. And there ain't but one place you're going to get it. And that's 423-503-0512. And for the millionth time running, you're welcome to come and find out just how we do. Because I, too, would like to include your project inside one of our upcoming finished project videos right here at Tennessee Technicians, guys. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you being here. And I can't wait to talk to each of you inside that next video.